Hello everyone, good afternoon. It is Michelle Litwiller with Owl Star Stampers, and I am so excited to be live with you today. I have two cards we're going to make together, and I'm super excited to do that. So when you hop on, say hi. Let me know where you're from. You can give me a 1 if you're watching the live and a 2 if you're watching the recording. So we are going to be using the Textured Notes bundle today. It's actually a whole suite of products that I'm using the designer series paper and the embellishment as well. So that's what we have going on today, and 2 cards. Okay, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me over on Facebook, all under Owl Star Stampers. Thank you to those of you who have already done that. Hi, Kathy. And make sure you're on my email list as well. If you are new, that's where you find out about all my updates, classes, specials, all of that. Really great stuff. So you can do that there. And if you want any tutorials or to become a VIP, there's where you can find all the stuff there. There's hundreds of tutorials on there from past classes and stamp camps and retreats. All kinds of stuff are on there, so check that out. Tanya said, I wanted to use it, but I haven't yet. It's a really good one. Hi, Mario. Hi, Amy. All right, and I don't know what I did. There's a link if you want to go shopping. I am feeling pretty good. I felt really good yesterday. I was just like tired. I had a surgery on Tuesday morning, so I slept most of Tuesday, did hardly anything yesterday, and slept and just relaxed. And today I feel fine. It's mostly like I think the anesthesia that is making me feel a little weird, not necessarily the actual surgery in itself. So yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. But that's why I didn't go live last night, because I thought I am just gonna rest tonight. But tonight at 7 p.m. you can find me. We're going to be doing a virtual open house of the overnight craft retreat. So check that out tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can see that. There's something on my watch. So we have that going on tonight. So right now we're going to do some crafting. All right. Okay, let's turn the camera down and I'll show you some of these projects we're going to do. And we're going to decorate the inside. Tanya said anesthesia takes a while to get feeling right. Yeah, I mostly yesterday my throat hurt and I couldn't talk very well. So I think, whatever that tube or whatever they put down your throat. Today my throat feels so much better and I sound more like myself too. So yesterday I kept telling my husband, like, the thing that bothers me the most is my throat, which had nothing to do with the surgery, and then just the grogginess of anesthesia. So yeah. All right, let's get into this. So we're going to be using the Textured Notes bundle right here. And I've used this before, like some of the things, but not the whole suite. To me, it looks more like something for fall-ish, and I think I was kind of holding on to it for that. So this is the stamp set, and then the dies I use all the time. And if you see them, it's because they're these really cool rectangles with, like, they kind of do like some embossing or textured on them, and you get quite a bit. So this is the bundle, but I use these dies all the time outside of the bundle, and you get 8 different rectangles in here, dies. Now we're also going to be using this designer series paper. It's called Woven Textures, and again, this looks like a basket, and then more on the back. It's just really neutral tones. This one looks like a canvas to me, like linen. And then another little basket type weave. And then it looks like some burlap here and on the front and the back. And then it looks like you get a couple sheets of each of these. And then we have this one right here. I'll take it out. It looks like just like a basket, and then the back more of that. So kind of a cool pack of paper. And so I just wanted to, now I'm trying to get it back in there and it doesn't want to. So anyway, that's the paper we're using. There is also a set of embellishments that coordinate. These ones right here, and they are the neutral matte dots. So you have white, black, like a vanilla and pecan pie, and you can tell I've colored some of the white ones in to change. You could probably do the vanilla too, but that's what we're doing. Deborah, the throat is from the, yeah. I'm feeling pretty good though. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm not gonna overdo it today. Like they just said mainly like just take it easy the day of surgery and the day after, and then you should be feeling fine. And so I felt fine yesterday. I haven't even taken any pain medicine since I got home. Even at the hospital before the surgery, they wanted me to take a couple Tylenol, and I was like, nope, I can't swallow pills very well. I don't want to take any. And so they only gave me some pain medicine through my IV, but I didn't take any before the surgery. I haven't taken any after the surgery. So I think I'm doing okay. All right, but yeah, I'm feeling fine. Again, most of it is just like my throat sore and just being tired from anesthesia is all. All right, here we go for our first card. I have a piece of pecan pie. This is gonna be our card base. So I just went off of the colors in the back of the paper. And so here's this. And then I have a piece of early espresso, and then that like canvas, but we're gonna stamp on that. So, and we're gonna stamp on this is gonna be the inside. I also have a little strip of this as well we're going to use. So let's, so if I cough, I'm sorry. Let's do a little bit of stamping. I'm just gonna line these up in the corners here. This is my foam mat. So our first, I needed a strip of white to stamp our sentiment. We'll do that. Okay, the first thing is I'm gonna stamp this bigger leafy thing, and I'm gonna do that in the pecan pie. So I have over here pecan pie, early espresso, basic beige, and crumb cake, even though the crumb cake looks green. So I just have a bunch of browns. We're gonna use this one right here, and we're gonna ink this up. So I'm gonna take this, and we're going to just stamp this right here, like so. Isn't that so pretty? I love this stamp. Okay, then we're gonna take this little image, and I'm taking it easy, Linda, yes, for sure. I always follow my doctor's orders, believe me. All right, so now here we're going to stamp this in the corner. So Linda's on my team, and she made some cards with this bundle that inspired me. So this is crumb cake, so I'm going to stamp it here, then I'm going to move it over and stamp it again. So it kind of is going to look like that. Now I'm going to flip it over and do this other side. So I'm going to stamp here and then move it over and do it again. So we're stamping those little pieces. You guys, I finally got my chamois out and rehydrated it, and I'm so happy because this is like my favorite way to clean stamps. All right, so we have that. Now we're going to take this piece here and we're going to stamp that a couple times in early espresso. I think I'm done with the crumb cake. So I'm going to close that up, and we're going to, I'm going to put one here and then one down here. So this type of stamp set is like with these backgrounds is kind of tricky to me. Like I'm kind of always like, I don't know how to layer them and whatever. So it was fun to make this card anyway. So we need a like a 3/4 inch strip for our sentiment. So I have a little piece here. I forgot to cut that. So I have my paper trimmer here. Let's do a 3/4 inch strip. And I think I got everything else. Except for now my paper trimmer is falling all over. And then we're gonna stamp this across, and this says, "You are seriously the best." I'm like, oh, I know so many people I could send this to. So I'm gonna stamp this right here. I forgot we want to stamp on the inside too. So some of those things I just closed up. Gonna get right back out to do the inside. Thank you, Cindy. Hi, Catherine and Colleen. All right. So I'm gonna take this giant one. We're gonna do the inside of our card. We're gonna stamp this right here. And then I'm gonna take the other one. I'm gonna open up my crumb cake again, and I'm going to, I think I want to stamp it off. Do I have a paper to do that? I don't know. We're just gonna do it on the back of here. Stamp it off once. So I stamped it off, and now I'm going to go in here and there. So it kind of looks like that. So, all right. Now we can start putting our card together. I'm going to close these all up. And bring in our pieces here. So this is going to go on the inside of our card, like so. Glue, glue, glue. All right. Cool, Mario. Yeah, a couple of you have this set and haven't used it yet. Awesome. Yeah, like, I'm glad. I haven't used it a whole lot either. And Linda inspired me, so I'm glad we can all inspire each other to use this cool stamp set. All right, now these two, I'm going to layer together, and like where they kind of are all intersecting, we're going to have our sentiment going across there. So I'm going to add this here. And then this is the kind of like a little leftover piece. I'm going to use the back, the back side so it stands out a little bit more. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue here and put it kind of across like so. And then here's our sentiment we did, and I'm going to tear the end off. I want it to look a little rusticy. And we're going to put that down with some dimensionals, but before we do that, oh boy, my linen thread is almost gone. Hopefully I have enough for these two cards. I just bought more I don't know where. I bought five of these and I needed to put a new one over here. I see white baker's twine and red and white baker's twine, but we'll make it work. Okay. Hopefully we can make it work. There's not a lot on here. Hi, Candy. Hi, Laura. Hi, Colleen. Okay, so we're making a bow. And we're gonna cut it. We're gonna use like every little bit of this twine. Hopefully that's enough for card number 2. And we're going to put a little glue dot on. I'm just sticking it under here, kind of at an angle, and then we're gonna put this over top. So just a little bit of that is peeking through. I'm gonna unravel the ends a little bit. Okay, we're gonna add this to our card base. You like the color combo? When does the holiday mini catalog start? Catherine, I think September 4th maybe? I honestly don't know. I ordered the catalogs. I haven't got them in yet. So I'll probably do an email if you guys need a catalog. You can request one so I can ship those out in about a week or so. Now we're going in with these dots here, and any of them would look really nice on our card. And so I'm going to take, I turned my head and I got a little dizzy. I'm wearing my new glasses, friends, so I'm trying to get used to those. I'm gonna put a dot here. I'm using the pecan ones. Pecan, however you want to say it. There's our first card. You are seriously the best. That's for every one of you watching today. And then on the inside, we have that. So I'm going to turn the camera view around so you can see it a little bit better, like that. Do you see the background, like that, like linen part? And then, whoops, and then there's the inside too. So you can decorate your inside. It's just stamp on the designer paper. A lot of times I feel like I can't stamp on the designer paper. You can. So there's our first card. Now we're going to make another one. Let me know what you think of that one. September 3rd, Nadine said. Thank you, Nadine. I know Labor Day is like really early. That's my husband and I, our anniversary. We got married over Labor Day weekend. And so I was looking, I was like, oh, it's kind of early this year. Okay, for card number 2, we have Cloud Cover and Secret Seat. Now remember, there's an in color sale going on now through the end of the month, and these card stocks are on sale 15% off. So along with like a lot of things, some embellishments, some designer series paper, I'm using the Cloud Cover and the Secret Sea. And then I cut this piece here, kind of looks like that basket from that designer paper. I have a white for the inside, and I cut out one of the rectangles from the dies. You see that like stitching along? The holiday catalog is phenomenal, and so are the new online exclusives that are coming out. So amazing. You guys are gonna love it. I haven't been this excited for new products in a long time. Like, I always love getting new products, but this one is really, really good. Okay, so this is the rectangle I used. It's like the second largest in the set, so I have that. And we're gonna put this on. And so if you want to order now, like I got to order stuff now. I don't have it yet because I didn't pay for it. It should be coming though this week. But if you join my team, you can pre-order some of the new stuff now, which is a huge perk of being a demonstrator. Whether you sell stuff or don't, you're just your best shopper. It is awesome. Okay, so this Secret Sea, I'm gonna layer this right on, It just has a little border. So I'm just going to try to be careful. With my new glasses, hopefully I can see to line this up. So we're going to carefully, what I've been doing too is see how I'm holding it with two hands, and then I kind of line up the top, and then I can position, make sure it's like positioned pretty well to get that on there. Okay, and then this we're gonna put right on there like so. So we're gonna go ahead and layer this down. So yeah, come back tonight at 7 p.m. if you want to see the virtual walkthrough of my new overnight craft retreat. We're going to be doing that. Okay, I am going to stamp on these. So for this card, we're using Secret Sea. We're using Cloud Cover, which mine is a little ink spot. And we're using, I think, Crumb Cake. So I think these three ink pads. And you know what? I know I'm running out of thread, but right on my webcam, I have a linen bow ready to go. So I think we got enough linen. Okay, let's do this first, and then we'll go on to the next. Again, we're going to use, this is my favorite stamp in there, is this one right here. Nadine said, I got my pre-order yesterday, and I've already placed another order. It's awesome. It is so awesome. So awesome. Also, if any of you want one of my summer retreats, I have a couple left. So I made up 10 extra, because people always are like, can't you make up extra? Can't you? So I listened this time, and we sold them all, we thought. But I had some friends in Canada that purchased them, and I didn't catch it until I went to go ship them. And we're not allowed to ship to Canada because I live in the United States. So we had to refund people, and so I have a few left. I've been getting comments of people getting them, and they're so excited and they love it. So if you do want a summer retreat, please let me know. I can get that out to you like as soon as you pay. It's really awesome. Again, I thought they were all sold, but then I can't sell to Canada. Darn. That's in Secret Sea right there. And then we're gonna stamp the sentiment in Secret Sea too. So, and I was gonna do a video about the retreat, about, you know, that situation, and then I had my surgery, and I haven't had time, so I just thought I would tell you guys now. So just reach out to me. Okay, we have that. Now, maybe we want that on the inside too. Let's do it. I'm gonna put one there. Okay. Let's see what we have. I had a craft along with my card club members, and several of them had just gotten their retreat boxes, and they were just telling me how like so excited they were to get it, and all the little gifts and stuff. They were so happy. So that always makes me really happy too, when people start getting their stuff arrives, is what I'm trying to say. It's fun. Okay, I'm gonna take this Cloud Cover ink spot that I made. I'm gonna ink that up, and I'm going to put one here and one down here. Okay, I'm gonna move this to the edge. I don't know if I don't really want that stem inked up, so I'm just gonna wipe a little bit of that off with my chamois, and I'm going to stamp this like that. There we go. So we got a little bit of that Cloud Cover, a little bit of Secret Sea. Now we're gonna go in with this piece in Crumb Cake. to tie in that background paper. And I'm going to stamp that kind of like over here. Like that. Just again, we're just adding texture and layers to this card. I'm going to put a little bit right there. See that? And maybe we should add one of those cloud cover little spriggy things on the inside too. Why not? Okay, let's go in with it right there. There we go. All right. So we still have a lot of decorating we could probably do to the overnight retreat, but every few days I get something else in or done. And I can't just buy everything I want either because it's very costly. So, you know, as time goes on, more things will be added. Okay, so we're going to, but registration is open. We sent a sneak peek to those on the wait list so they could start registering. I think it went out today, and my husband said that people have already been contacting him and he is like working on that. So that's exciting. Okay, that's gonna be on our inside. And then I thought I had a strip. Where did it go? I thought I had a strip I was gonna put on the inside, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, here it is. So I didn't know. No, it's actually too short. It wouldn't go that way. We don't need this strip. You could add, you know, a little strip in the bottom if you wanted to. I'm just gonna leave it stamped like that. And then this piece, we're going to pop up with some dimensionals. I think we're done with our stamping. Dimensionals. Well, let's open another pack. Here they are. I was like, let's open another pack and then we'll find them. So here we go. Okay, we got our dimensionals on here. Then we are going to put this here. And then we're going to take our sentiment. You could make it a banner. You could cut it out with a die. I'm just going to fussy cut this out. It says a little note of appreciation. You could make this a birthday card. Yeah, this card could be used for a lot of different occasions. I'm just going to trim it out. I keep moving my head because of these progressive glasses. Oh, you guys have to bear with me. All right. We have this. Then I do have that linen thread bow that's already made, but then I'm gonna use whatever's left on here. So I'm gonna take this as well and kind of, I think I'm just gonna cut it in half and add that in the middle. Our linen thread. And then we got some dots to add. Okay, so mini dimensionals. I don't know where you're at, so I'm just gonna use this and this. Then we're gonna take some dots. I'm going to add that kind of like there. You can trim any pieces you need. And then I'm going to come in here and put some dots on. So we can use the brown, the white, the vanilla. I think I might, I don't know, do I want to use, I think I might use these like vanilla ones on this card. I'll show you the other one as well. There we go. All right, here is our second card. So we have this one and then the inside. And then here's the other one I did. And it has just the different colored dots. So very similar. I'll turn it around so you can see that better. So there it is. And then the inside. So kind of, it's super cool. All right, that's what we have today. We have card number 1 and the inside, and then the other card. So now this card, I don't know if you can tell, I stamped basic beige up here, and it looks like a little green to me. And so I kind of like it in the background, but then this one I just only used the pecan pie and stamped it off. So you can use even extra colors if you want to. I just used the colors in the paper, what the paper told me. So there we go, and then there's that one. Okay, let me know what you think of those cards. Again, we use the Textured Notes bundle. Actually, this whole suite of products, the paper, the dots, and then of course some linen thread. So hopefully you guys liked these 2 cards, and if you have the set like a lot of you do, now you'll grab it and create some awesome cards. They're really fun. It's really fun to do just some background stamping and then add just little touches to it. So if let me know okay, Nadine's giving me some tips on the glasses. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see those of you that want to hop on at 7 p.m. to do the virtual tour. Thanks. Bye.